If this video has found you today, God has answered you and He has come to see about you. He has come to confirm this pulling, this separation, and this consecration. God, yes, you. He's calling you to a consecrated life. And I know it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to you because He's not giving you the full thing all at once. He didn't do it to me. But just know that you are not by yourself. So mine started about a year ago. He started really separating me, and there was this pull in my soul, and I wanted more, just more of God in such a way that could not be explained. But this year is when more or less the instructions started to come. At the top of the year, January, I turned 46 on my birthday. I was in prayer. He told me that this would be my Eden year. As time went on, I began to see a manifestation of His grace and of His glory. The prophetic heightened in my life. My dreams began to heighten. He just began to take me to a whole nother dimension in Him. Not just a level, but a dimension. In May the 15th to be exact, He wakes me up around 10:30 at night, and He tells me to read Esther. I read it once. He told me to read it again. I read it a second time. He said, read it again. By the time I stopped reading, it was at 5 times the Lord told me to read Esther. He began to break the whole book of Esther down to me. He gave me instructions. The instructions started with do not eat any more processed foods. If I want something sweet, I need to make it. Whatever it is, He just start breaking the foods down. Then He told me not to put any more relaxer on my hair. So He was preparing me for a consecrated life. I'm not gonna say I just dove in, I just jumped in and was obedient to the things that He said, because I don't think none of us just really do that. I know I'm a person that I used to. I had to be delivered from it, because I would rationalize with God, like, God, why are you telling me to do this? This doesn't make any sense. But I'll be obedient, but sometimes not in that moment. And partial disobedience or delayed disobedience is still disobedience. So I had to go to the Father, and I had to ask Him to deliver me from that. September comes. He tells me to start covering. He said, cover your head. I was going to communion Sunday, one Sunday, and my hair is short. For those of you that know me, I was wearing my hair kind of like in a fade, and I was going out the house, and He said, cover your head. Well, I go in, I put a wig on. Okay, go to communion. 2 days later, I'm in prayer, and He tells me to cover my head. So I got the prayer shawl, and I just began to cover. I know what the significance of covering up, going behind the veil, that's consecration. Covering that's being in consecration with God, that's being in covenant with God. So then about a month later, I was getting ready to leave out the house, and He said, do not leave out of this house without your head being covered. So what you see today with me covering my head, it's a result of my obedience to God. But God is calling us to adorn, to live a consecrated life unto Him. whatever that looks like. My instructions may not be your instructions, but he said, if you be willing and obedient, you'll eat the good of the land. We cannot in this season allow people to talk us out of what God has told us to do. He is calling his daughters and he is calling his sons to a consecrated life. He is calling his daughters to adorn. Those of you who are believing God for a husband, he is calling you to a life of abstinence, of celibacy, of consecration for a season. Whatever that looks like. He told me to cover up. He told me what to eat, what not to eat. He began to tell me to cover up. Not that I dress revealing, but now my body is more covered. This is consecration. This is where God is calling his remnant to. So I began to research what Queen Esther used in her adornment. And so I have 2 different oils that I've been using. But now that all of it has come together, this next 365 days, I have a blueprint. I have a blueprint that God has given me. And if you are one of them, I need you to tap into the comments. I need you to make yourself known. I need you to DM me, because I do have the oils. There are 2 different bottles that you will use, one for 6 months and one for the second half, whenever it is that God tells you to start. Yes, we are better together, but whenever God tells you to start. But I first want you to start with just being obedient to the small things, God, y'all. God told me to cut my nails. My nails, they were long. Cut your nails, Cherie. Okay. Don't go there, Cherie. Okay. Don't do that, Cherie. Okay. Don't talk to them, Cherie. Okay. Whatever it is, he is telling you to do in your season of consecration, in your season of adornment. Listen to God, because it's in your obedience that you will see a manifestation of his grace and of his glory. If I be a woman of God, I have lived this. I have been obedient in some of the hardest seasons in my life. But when I tell you, the sacrifice is worth it. Whatever he's telling you to do, do it. I am coming out with the manual, and it's called Adorn for the King. They will be out in February along with the oil. It will be in a bundle. If some of you need some type of blueprint, if you need some type of guide, God has given me the guide. And you all, I have prayed over this, and I have fasted over this, and I have consecrated over this. And so I know you are out there, because it has been on me so. It has been on me so. Don't let people talk you out of what God has told you to do. I make no apologies for this video being lengthy, but I pray that whoever comes in contact with this video, that it resonate with your soul, that it resonate with your spirit, because you are a peculiar people. You are a chosen generation. We are in the world, not of it. There is a blueprint, and it is the word of God. It is the voice of God. Do in this season, as you embark on 2026, don't let nobody or nothing or no devil in hell keep you from your consecrated life. Keep you from doing what God has commissioned you to do. It is my prayer that when you get this word, that it resonates, that it reaches, that it penetrates something in your heart and in your soul, and that you will make it applicable to your life. Thank you for tuning in.
You all have a blessed day.